Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. Welcome back to the series of lectures on parts of speech. Today we are going to learn about degrees of adjective. Dear students, adjective degree is a challenging topic for most of you. As its rules are a bit tricky, that's why the students usually get stuck in this topic. I am sure that after watching this video, you will not find any confusion in this topic. Stay with me and watch this video till end. At the end of this video, you will find a practice set. Obviously, that will help you out to grip the concepts. It is said that the practice makes the man perfect, so I think so you should go for the practice set too. So let us start our today's lecture on degrees of adjective. First of all, we are going to study that what is an adjective degree. In English grammar, the degree is one of the three forms used in the qualitative comparison of adjectives. The positive or the base form modifies a subject but is not being compared to anything else in terms of quality. The comparative degree compares one degree to another in terms of quality, whereas superlative degree is the supreme one. Now the question arises that how many adjective degrees are there? So the answer to this question is every adjective has 3 degrees. Number 1, positive adjective, which is also called base or normal adjective. Number 2, comparative adjective. Number 3, superlative adjective. These 3 degrees of an adjective express the intensity of adjective in an increasing order. Forms of adjective. Number 1, use the comparative adjective. A comparative adjective is used to show a characteristic or the property of one thing, that can be a noun or a pronoun, in a comparison to another thing. Now that other thing should be only one, not more than one. Make sure that the comparative adjective degree is going to have a comparison between only 2 things, not more than 2. And for comparison, words like than and to are used for the comparative adjective in the sentence to show the comparison of 2 things has been made. Let's deal with the rules of comparative adjective. In adding R or ER, we have 4 rules. Number 1, in adjective ends in a vowel. If you are going to observe that adjective ends with a vowel, then we simply have to add R. Like how? Let us see the examples. Number 1 example is ripe. At the end of this word, we have vowel. So we are simply going to add R with ripe to make its comparative degree. It will be ripe, riper. Next will be brave, braver. Tame, tamer. Rule number 2. If the adjective ends in a consonant, let me just tell you that what are the consonants. Consonants are all those letters in alphabetical order which are other than vowels. We have 2 rules for the consonants. Number 1 is either we add ER. Let's go for its examples. High, higher. You are going to notice in high word that it is ending on consonant, means H is a consonant. So we are going to simply add ER. Next is young, younger. Tall, taller. The second rule is going to implement on the separate set of examples. Second rule is double the last consonant of the word and add ER. Let us apply this rule on examples. Number 1, you are going to look that in fat T is repeated in order to make it comparative degree. It will be fat, fatter, big, bigger, wet, wetter. Rule number 3. If the adjectives end in Y, we simply have to drop the Y and put IER at the end in place of Y. Examples: pretty, prettier, happy, happier, heavy, heavier. Number 4 rule. If the adjective has 2 or more syllables, let me just tell you what is syllable. A syllable is a unit of pronunciation having one vowel sound with or without surrounding consonants and forming a whole part of a word. So, if we have 2 or more syllables in a single word of adjective, we add more before the word. For example, beautiful. It will be more beautiful in comparative adjective. Similarly, delicious, more delicious. Energetic, more energetic. Next, we have examples of comparative adjectives, how they are going to use in a sentence. As we have read earlier that we are going to use them with than or to, as we are going to have comparison between two things. Number 1 example is, a bus is bigger than a car. Now the two things are compared in this. A bus is compared with a car in order to justify that the bus is bigger in a size than a car. Number 2 is, she is cleverer than him. Number 3, a car is heavier than a bicycle. Number 4, you are taller than me. In these all examples, single thing is compared to another thing which is again single in unit, and we have used than for comparison between two things. Number 2, use of superlative degree or superlative adjective. A superlative adjective is used to show a characteristic or a property of one thing. It may be noun or a pronoun in a comparison to many other things. Many things means here more than one. As we have read earlier that in comparative degree we are going to compare one-to-one things. Whereas in superlative degree we can compare one thing to the many things available. It makes comparison of one thing to many other things. A superlative degree expresses the highest intensity, which is quality or quantity. Quality or the quantity of anything in a comparison to other many things, not one but more than one. A superlative adjective states that a thing is surpassing all other things in terms of property, characteristic, or quantity. Let us see the rules for superlative adjectives. Number 1. If the adjective ends in a vowel, we simply have to add st. For example, ripe. We are simply going to add st at the end of it. It will be ripest. Next is brave. It will become bravest by adding st at the end. Number 2 rule. If the adjective ends in a consonant, it's either we add est or double the last consonant of the word and add est. For example, high, highest, fast, fastest. Rule number 3. If the adjective ends in y, simply drop the y and put iest. Examples: pretty, prettiest, happy, happiest. Rule number 4. if the adjective has two or more syllables, we add most before the word. Examples: beautiful, most beautiful; delicious, most delicious. Explanation of superlative adjectives. We are going to have explanation of superlative adjective by a simple one sentence. John is the tallest boy of his class. Now look for this sentence. It means that John is surpassing all boys of his class in tallness. No one other boy in the class is taller than John. It makes the comparison of John and all the students of his class. Words like of and in are used after a superlative degree in the sentence. An article the should be used before a superlative degree when modify a particular noun. Examples of superlative adjective. Number 1. He is the richest man of the town. My room is the biggest of all rooms in my house. A train is the fastest vehicle. I hope so you have gripped the concepts. Now it is time to practice. Number 1. That whale is dash than this dingo. A. Big. B. Bigger. C. Biggest. D. Most big. Number 2. Our crazy uncle Pete is the dash fisherman in all of origin. A. Talentedest. B. Most talented. C. More talented. D. Talenteder. 3. The people applauded dash than before when Bobo the clown came out. A. Louder. B. Most loudly. C. More loud. D. Loudest. Number 4. I am positive that I am dash than my little brother. A. More intelligenter. B. Most intelligent. C. More intelligent. D. Intelligenter. Number 5. Of all 3 kittens, Kizzy is the dash. A. Most nitpicky. B. More nitpicky. C. Nitpickiest. D. Nitpickier. 6. Chucks pops his gum dash than Bucky. A. Often. B. More often. C. Oftener. D. Most often. 7. Horace found his magical bean marker dash than he originally thought. A. Useful. B. Least useful. C. Less useful. D. Least useful. Number 8. Dr. Cuckoo is the dash guy I know. A. Most weird. B. Weirder. C. Weirdest. D. More weird. 9. When the frogs fell from the sky, my friend Sue appeared to be the dash person in the town. A. Fralder. B. Most frazzled. C. Frazzledest. D. More frazzled. 10. I find myself dash on sunny days as opposed to rainy days. A. More chipper. B. Chippier. C. Most chipper. D. Chippiest. Now you are required to pause the video here and mark from 1 to 10 by considering the rules. I hope so you have done it. Let's check our answers. Number 1 goes with B. Number 2 goes with B. Number 3 goes with A. Number 4 goes with C. Number 5 goes with A. Number 6 goes with B. Number 7 goes with C. Number 8 goes with C. Number 9 goes with B. Number 10 goes with A. I hope so you have done it all right. If not, then don't worry. Just go back to the video, play it again and look for the rules and grip on it. Thank you.